I call this meeting to order at 4:30 p.m. And I guess we start off with a roll call, right?
Yes, I'll go ahead and do a roll call and call your name one by one. When you hear your name, please say present. Chair Lashensky,
Present.
Vice Chair Kelly,
Present.
Commissioner Crawford,
Present.
Commissioner Hubble,
Present.
Commissioner Kinzelberg,
Present.
Commissioner Malekian,
Present.
Commissioner O'Malley, Commissioner Sue,
Present.
and Commissioner Yui.
Present.
Let the record show all commissioners are present.
All right, and let's all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. And next is special presentations and proclamations, which I believe we have none.
There are none.
Next is oral communications or directions to staff.
And we have one speaker slip tonight. Joanna Gorman, you have 3 minutes to address the commission.
All right. Hello, everybody. My name is Joanna Gorman. I'm the Outreach and Youth Services Librarian at Encinitas Library. And we just have a few updates. We do have a homework help program that's going on, and we would like the service learners, which are teens between 13 and 17, to come and volunteer if you have time. And we do also need service learners are needed during the week. We seem to have increased the volume of programs and people coming into the library, so we have more tasks that need to be done that we would really appreciate more help with. And then finally, we do have a ballot drop box at our library. We are not a polling station, but people can drop off their ballots at the box. And we're welcoming any of the youth commissioners to have a voter registration event or have a table in the library. That was done in the past, and we're opening that invitation again. And that's it. Thank you.
All right, and then if there are any changes to the agenda from last meeting?
There are no changes to the posted agenda.
All right, hearing none, to get approval of the September 4th, 2024 meeting minutes, does anybody want a motion to approve?
Commissioner Kelly motions to approve.
Commissioner Lashensky seconds.
Okay, we'll go ahead and do a vote. Chair Lashensky,
Aye.
Vice Chair Kelly,
Aye.
Commissioner Crawford,
Aye.
Commissioner Hubble,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinzelberg,
Aye.
Commissioner Malekian,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Malley,
Aye.
Commissioner Sue,
Aye.
and Commissioner Yui.
Aye.
Okay, the September 4th minutes are approved.
All right, going on to action items, we have one, which is voting to approve the Youth Commission 2024 to 25 work plan.
All right, so before we go to approval, it sounds like we have a little bit of discussion on some of the final tweaks, I guess, into this. I will let you guys know that the director has already reviewed this and given his approval. So generally, we're just going to be tweaking pretty mildly. If we don't, how would you say that? Basically, it's kind of set, but if there are some additions you guys would like to make, or it's something you'd like to kind of talk through a little bit more, here's your time to do that. But we do want to approve this today because it goes to council on the 16th. And if it doesn't go to council on the 16th, then we have to approve it next in November. And you guys can't actually start this until it's approved. So we don't want to get behind further than today. And then feel free to discuss.
Commissioner Kinzelberg, I have a couple ideas. I was reviewing the ad hocs and had a couple ideas since our last meeting, and I wanted to share them. My first idea was with civic engagement series. I think that we could change it to civic and community engagement. We would still do the same kind of things where we get speakers, but I'm not sure if the speakers performed publicly in front of a public audience or just commissioners, but I think that they should also perform in front of the public. And then I think we could put events in this category, events that wouldn't fall under other ad hocs. So we could do beach events, races, live music, and then we could also plan and execute projects that help the community engage further with Encinitas, and we could put signs that discuss locations' history and set up scavenger hunts.
Commissioner Kelly, yeah, I totally agree with special events. I had a couple things. So in front of all of you guys, there should be a piece of paper. And on this piece of paper, there's a couple changes proposed. So something that we'd had is the STEM engagement. And I know that this has been very, very efficient in the last couple of years. They've done a really great job. But I was thinking that maybe we could expand this to library programs, because at the library, there are a lot of options besides STEM. You have like the actual reading, like for example, people could talk about maybe music, other things, other events go on at the library a lot more. And I think that this is something where STEM engagement could still be a big part of this ad hoc. But maybe we could expand this to be library programs in general so that more people can kind of do more work on this ad hoc. I also think that we had this discussion about youth advocacy last time, and I still think that this should be merged with the civic engagement, because you can't vote until you're 18, and that age is outside of most of the parameters for the youth commission. So it can be like distributing this can be wasteful, and it's challenging based on like the current political climate. And I think this would be very ineffective. Like I feel like there wouldn't be a lot getting done with this ad hoc throughout the year. And for youth health, so I was the one who created this group, and I think it should definitely be a priority for all youth. I mean, at my school, I run Morgan's Message, a group that promotes mental health for athletes and for the school community. It was it was a challenge, and I have a lot of assistants running it, and it requires a lot of outside hours of service and a lot of approval for outside communication. I know we brought in Gracie Barra, but there's the challenge of balancing the city laws and the city limitations with outside programs. And that's something that we're really gonna have to deal with, and that's gonna kind of make it a little ineffective. But I do really like the idea of special events, because I think you can do, like Commissioner Kinzelberg said, you can do a lot of different events with this. You can do a MOXA, when the delegates come in from a MOXA, you can do a welcoming committee. There's volunteers and purpose programs. There's chambers of commerce. You can work with them. You can work with other programs. There's a lot you can do with that. And it's much more geared toward the programming of Encinitas and the focus areas. So Encinitas had five. It's the 5 unique communities thriving under one great city, and it's. I had it in here, but it's hard to read. I think it says effective. I don't know what that one says, but reliable infrastructure and effective services, engagement, education, environmental health and leadership, housing and affordability, ensuring and preserving the community's character, and mobility and alternative modes of transportation. I think that this ad hoc has the ability to do that, to hit other categories and to work with other ad hoc groups. So,
Commissioner Hubble,
If I may, Commissioner Kinzelberg, I really like your idea about adding that special programs to civic engagement, because I know last meeting we were concerned that civic engagement would be not have enough on that. Commissioner Kelly, I disagree with replacing STEM with library programs, because I think that STEM is a broad topic, and I think if we limit that to library programs, I think it limits a lot of what we can do with that, because then we would only be working with the library. Whereas if we have STEM just as a broad category, we can do a lot more with that outside of just volunteering at the library. And and I think we absolutely need to keep youth advocacy. You were saying in this political climate, and I think even if we can't vote, it is more important than ever to have educated and informed youth, civically engaged youth. And I think that's what we're all trying to do here. And I think if we remove that ad hoc, it would just really, really, really limit our ability to do that.
Manager Hamer here. I just wanted to jump in since a lot of work was done last month, and I do want us to keep on track with the stated goals. I think you are all kind of drilling down on different outcomes, which I think is great and which you could do in your ad hoc groups, but for the stated goals, I think we want to stay with what we have. I do think it would be fine for civic and engagement series. We could add civic and community engagement series and events. Like, I think that would work, and that sounds like what you were all interested in. And then on STEM engagement, possibly since the STEM programs are done at the library, perhaps it's STEM and library engagement since you plan to host it at the library. It could be a partnership with the library where you engage, make sure everyone has a library card and some of those extra steps that Vice Chair Kelly had stated, and then we can keep our stated goals and still intertwine some of your ideas. But the details you guys are getting into, like much more detailed, I believe, is where we have outcomes, and that's something that you will develop with your ad hoc. And we have listed outcomes here, but they can be what your ad hoc decides on and changes. That's changing, but the stated goals needs to stay pretty intact. So I'll leave it at that. Again, wanting to incorporate your additions, but at the same time, keeping the stated goals on track, and then really trying to encourage us to now move into the ad hoc committees, so then you can get into the real work once this is approved by City Council.
I do have one more small suggestion. I was thinking that we could change youth health initiatives to youth health and safety initiatives, so that we could include more about. I know that e-bike safety is its own thing, but I think beyond that, I think e-bike safety deserves its own category, but I think that other safeties should be taught: ocean safety, driving safety, stuff like that. And then I also think that there should be more talk about the hazards of drugs and alcohol, and I think that we should communicate that to kids. Yeah.
So it sounds like it sounds like that could fit pretty well under youth health and safety. Does anybody else feel like we could add that piece, youth health and safety?
Commissioner Olszewski, I agree. It's not completely redefining the category. It's just a nice little add-on that is pretty related. So I agree with that, yeah.
And then I want to go back to the library idea, because it sounds like the library, from a couple of you, that the library feels like a piece that you guys want to bring in as well. I don't know if it fits specifically with STEM. Is that maybe something that you wanted to add another piece to here as a stated goal?
Commissioner Olszewski, I was actually thinking that if you scroll up a bit, you have the Arts Initiative. And I think that between the Arts Initiative and the STEM engagement group, you encompass a lot of the library's objectives, goals, and out of extracurricular activities. So you might want to, so I'm open to adding library engagement to either of those, both, whatever. What does the rest of the commission think?
Again, that could be added as an outcome. That doesn't necessarily have to be put in a stated goal. It could be that STEM or arts, because like the art night that we have in November, the library, some of that's hosted there. So you have flexibility. Again, I believe we want to have the stated goals decided on and move down to ad hocs. So please continue to give input so we can finalize that.
Yeah, Vice Chair Kelly, David, Chair Leshensky, I had a question regarding the STEM. Isn't it all run through the library?
Commissioner Leshensky, the main program that we did last year, which was the coding courses, was run through the library. However, that doesn't mean that all the programs have to be run through the library. For example, we can help spread awareness about local robotics competitions, local robotics programs, and we can also host these classes for others outside of just the library. We can host them in the city hall. So I think that obviously, doing it at the library was just a very easy medium to conduct these courses, but it does not have to be at the library.
Commissioner Hubble, I agree with Manager Hamer. I think that we can add these as outcomes, and I don't think we need to keep trying to redefine these titles of ad hocs when it's pretty clear that library and arts and STEM are all very, very much intertwined. So I think we can keep it as is.
Okay. It sounds like the stated goals are pretty set. We added a couple different things. Now we just need to kind of finalize our ad hocs real quick. So there was a couple of you that did send me some ideas on where you would like to sit. Again, these are mostly suggestions, guys. Overall, all of these need to be filled by you guys because these are all important items. So at the moment, I believe that Leshensky's are all set. The other one is, unless anybody, actually, I think we kind of added this one, sorry. Sue, you are also going to be part of the bylaws creation. It looks like STEM is set, youth and health safety initiatives. Was there anybody who feels that they are best suited for this one?
Sure, I'll be on that.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Awesome.
sure. I'll be on that too. If
All right,
there's
I'm gonna have
room.
to slowly try to spell your guys' names from afar. Berg. Got it. And let me look at the ones that you are currently on, Hubble, Commissioner Hubble. I have 1, 2, you might be. Yes. Okay, Hubble, that would be your last one, Hubble.
Great, thank you.
Perfect. All right. I need input from almost everyone. Yui, I think you are good as well. 1, 2. I think you're almost good. Let's see. Commissioner Crawford, do you have any preferences?
I don't have really any preferences on where to go for the next ad hocs.
That's good. Well, I have some availability in civic and community engagement as well as mobility and e-bike safety. Would you be willing to volunteer yourself for those?
Yeah, I'd volunteer for mobility and e-bike safety and, the civic and community engagement series.
Wonderful.
I'd also be happy to do the civic and community engagement series.
Okay, and then Kinzelberg,
Manager Hamer, I just want to make a quick comment. Because this is recorded and not visually seen, just as a reminder to state your commissioner title and last name so that when somebody's listening to it, they'll know who spoke. Just as a reminder. Thank you.
Commissioner Yui, I was wondering if I could get added to the arts initiatives.
yes. And that is the end of your 3, Commissioner Yui. Who else do I have? Sue, do you have preferences on your last 2?
Commissioner Sue, I'd like to do the mobility and e-bike safety and bike safety. And then for the last one, I don't have a preference.
You're a senior, correct?
Yep.
All right. Can I put you down for youth advocacy as you are almost of age for voting?
Sure, yeah.
All right. All right. O'Malley.
Commissioner O'Malley, I would like to do youth advocacy and the civics engagement.
All right. Hello. Commissioner.
Commissioner Malekian, I was wondering if I could be put down for mobility, e-bike, and bike safety.
Yes. I apologize. I am a little far away from your name. Can you spell that one out for me?
Melekian.
Right. Also, don't we usually have 9?
Vice Chair Kelly.
Yes.
Who is Sage?
That is a good question. That is from someone's email name, I believe. Yes. So whoever's email name starts with, oh, is that you, Quinn?
Yeah,
Commissioner
me,
Crawford?
Commissioner Crawford.
I apologize. There we go. That makes a lot more sense. These were found from your guys's, I was wondering why there was, okay.
So there's another Sage.
Okay, so I'm going to change these ones really quick, and then
That will open up this spot.
that will open, yes, that will open up. I'm going to take you off of civic and community, and then Commissioner Malenki?
Commissioner Malekian.
Malecki, thank you. Wonderful. And I have what I believe one more I'll need from you. Where did I pull Sage from? 1, 2, 3. Guys, feel free to speak up if I am missing you on any of these.
Commissioner Kinzelberg, I believe I have one more that I can go on, and I would be happy to do habitat and environmental stewardship.
I think that one's full at the moment. You know what? I think my last spot, Commissioner Crawford, would you like to stay on STEM and open up a space on mobility?
Yeah, I would like to go on STEM and open a space on mobility and e-bike safety.
Okay, and then I'm going to have to put you on habitat. Sounds great. Thank you. I appreciate your guys' patience and willingness.
Commissioner Yui, is 3 the maximum? Because I believe I'm on 4.
Let me, yes, 3 is the max. Let me go through and look at that. Thank you for pointing that out.
Commissioner O'Malley, I also have one spot left, so I think that's the position I'm missing.
Got it. Okay. I'm spelling these all. I apologize, guys. I am too far away from your
Commissioner
names.
Kinzelberg, do you want me to spell my last name?
No, you're good. I think I got it this time.
Manager Hamer, in general, this is usually done in advance with notes, and then staff go back and do it. So Elle's being very brave on doing this live. But we wanted to make sure everybody could see their names, see where they're assigned, so that when we vote this afternoon, everybody's clear on where they're at. Thanks for your patience.
Yes, thank you.
Vice Chair Kelly, I'm pretty sure I have 4.
You do have 4. Let me,
Yeah.
intergenerational, yes. 1, 2, 3. Nope. I have you on 3, I think.
Oh, I do. I am in 3.
1. Oh, nope. Yep.
No, no.
Arts. You have intergenerational, habitat, arts, and bylaws, which you cannot get rid of.
Yeah.
Which one would you like to give O'Malley?
Vice Chair Kelly, I will do, if anyone would like to, intergenerational programming, I will come out of that one.
O'Malley, does that sound something that you could do?
Commissioner O'Malley, yes.
Right. Thank you. Okay.
Commissioner Malekian, I only have 2.
You still only have 2. Thank you for pointing that out for me.
Commissioner Yui, I can come off of youth health initiatives because still have 4.
Youth health. All right, thank you. Appreciate you guys going through this with us. All right, let's start at the top. So on Civic and Community Engagement Series, Malecki, Kinzelberg, O'Malley. Mobility, e-bike, and bike safety, Kinzelberg, Sue, Maleckian. I'm so sorry. I thank you for repeating that for me. Maleckian. For intergenerational programming, O'Malley, Crawford, Lashinsky. For habitat and environmental stewardship, Kelly, Crawford, and Yui. For youth advocacy, Hubble, Sue, O'Malley. For arts initiatives, Hubble, Kelly, Yui. For youth and health and safety initiatives, Maleckian, yes, Kinzelberg, Hubble. For STEM engagement, Lashinsky, Crawford, Yui, and bylaws creation, Lashinsky, Kelly, Sue. All right, with that part aside, thank you guys for struggling through that with me. I appreciate it. And for all of your guys' input on changes on these and kind of making it yours this year. I believe it would be time for you guys to decide on finalizing this.
Commissioner, Chair Lashinsky motions to finalize the plan.
Vice Chair Kelly seconds.
Okay, we'll go ahead with the votes. Chair Lashinsky,
Aye.
Vice Chair Kelly,
Aye.
Commissioner Crawford,
Aye.
Commissioner Hubble,
Aye.
Commissioner Kinzelberg,
Aye.
Commissioner Maleckian,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Malley,
Aye.
Commissioner Sue,
Aye.
and Commissioner Yui.
Aye.
Okay, the 24-25 Commission Work Plan is approved.
Wonderful. All right.
Manager Hamer, I want to note that we'll be taking your approved plan and it will then be presented to the City Council. That will happen on Wednesday, October 16th. And we'll send you more information if you're interested in attending or speaking on behalf of that. So that will be to follow by email.
All right, moving on to the next item, we have department updates from Recreation Services Manager Hamer.
Manager Hamer again. The city is hosting their Parents' Night Out event. It's on Friday, October 11th. This is a great opportunity for children to have fun with friends while parents get a break. The theme is Mystery Mayhem to connect to our upcoming movie in the park. So I know all of you are old enough to be without a babysitter, but if you have siblings, neighbors, friends, or maybe other families that you babysit, you could let them know about our movie in our Parents' Night Out. It takes place at the center. They get used to the gym. They have a pizza night, movies, pajamas. It's a lot of fun, so please spread the word. Our movie in the park is on Saturday, October 19th, featuring Scoob. We talked about that at our last meeting. We are looking for any sort of volunteers or help, 4:30 to 7 p.m., and it should be a lot of fun. That's in Glen Park. And volunteers needed. Another event where we collaborate in partnership with the library is the Day of the Dead. It's Friday, November 1st, 3:30 to 6:30 p.m. Encinitas Library in partnership with our Arts Division with Parks, Recreation, and Cultural Arts. There will be art projects and performances for free. Art Night, as also mentioned, is November 16th. Help is needed for that as well for volunteering, 5 to 7 p.m. or 7 to 8:15 p.m. That's hosted in 3 locations, our community center, the Encinitas Library, and here at City Hall. So if you have interest in that, we will reach out to you. You can let us know. Maybe those arts initiatives groups might want to step into that. We also have a Nutcracker that will be presented by our Arts Division on Saturday, December 14th. Shows are at 1 and 5 p.m. They usually also need volunteers. So when that gets closer, I'll be sure to talk to you more about that. And most importantly is our holiday parade theme, Creativity in Motion. That's Saturday, December 7th. The parade applications are now online. And we are looking, as the Youth Commission, you usually are the elves who escort Santa through the route. But we may be looking for our elves to become artistic elves. Like maybe you'll have something you express or a feature or maybe a beret versus a certain other kind of hat. And any ideas you might have to help Santa get some creativity in his motion down the parade route. And again, maybe that will be assigned to the Arts Initiative ad hoc for ideas. But if any of you have ideas, we're open and we welcome them at any given time. And that is what I have for now. Oh, last but not least, she mentioned the voting. The community center is a polling location where we take voting and also have a drop box. And I know even though you are not 18 and ready to vote, I know you have parents, family, extended family. Maybe they live on the other side of the country. You could still give them a call and encourage them to vote. It's a very important election year, as stated. Thank you.
Thank you. And next up, we have commission member initiated agenda items.
One more item.
Oh, sorry.
Sorry to come and interrupt. Dave Knopp, Director of Park and Recreation, with our fine team. I wanted to add one more, and sorry, Margaret, for not sharing before, especially on the art side. Currently, actually starting today, the sculptures that will go or can go to two locations. One of those Locady Oaks, the other, I'm going to space. Two park sites will be receiving sculptures in the future, and those sculptures, potential sculptures, are now online at our city website. If you go to our city website, go to the Arts division, the sculptures that are available, there's a link you can follow. You can look at what is out there, and then you can help score those sculptures to help decide what will go in place. There's more than one choice per location, and we would love to have this group's take on that. And if you have friends that are really into art and sculpture and would like to look at it, do the same thing, send them. One of them is Locady Oaks, where it's a skate area. So it's going to be a unique sculpture opportunity to be placed in that same area where skaters are going around. So I appreciate the opportunity to join in with that item. Thank you.
Manager Hamer will make sure that Supervisor Camarena sends you all that link so you're able to spread the news and vote.
All right. Thank you, guys. Next up, we have commission member initiated agenda items, which I believe we have none. Hearing none, we go on to future agenda items added by commission members, which I believe we have none as well, which means we go to commissioner reports and All-Star. So Chair Leshensky at Pacific Ridge School, we have our homecoming night on Downs, which is in roughly 3 weeks. The theme is Tangled, which is exciting. And we also have our Fall Fest, which is our annual club fundraising event where all the clubs set up booths and have games, prizes, food, and more for various students and faculty and those from the community to come by and support some of our clubs.
Vice Chair Kelly, yeah. So for Fall Fest, a little more on that. So that's supporting our service learning groups at our school. I currently am the founding member of Morgan's Message at our school, which I mentioned earlier is promoting mental health for athletes. We had our first dedication game in the first 2 weeks of September for water polo. And if you'd like to come support, we're doing a fun activity for that for Fall Fest. And we have a water polo game on Friday against SDA. Very exciting. It's their senior night. And yeah.
Commissioner Crawford at Degenio Middle School. We just had our fall dance, which is pretty cool. And our clubs are just starting up, which, yeah.
Commissioner Hubble at Santa Fe Christian High School. Sports and activities are underway. We have some of our highlights. Football had our homecoming game last Sunday, and we also had our homecoming dance on Saturday. Our drama production of Godspell is currently rehearsing and ready for our performances the first week of November. We also have our choir coffee house tonight at 7 and an improv show on Friday at 7. So if anyone's interested in supporting the arts, that would be great. We're also observing Breast Cancer Awareness Month with our volleyball team's themed Pink Out game this week or next week. And that's it. Thank you.
Commissioner Kinselberg of Pacific Ridge School. We have the 4 student-led plays coming up this next week. I'm in one of them. It's called Any Second Now, and definitely try to come see it. It's really fun. Then we have Hispanic Heritage Month from September 15th to October 15th, and the school is doing a lot to celebrate it. Tomorrow we're going to have a community presentation where we have a mariachi band coming, so that's going to be cool. And then September was Hunger Action Month. I'm part of the North County Poverty Service Group at my school, and 2 days ago, we held a booth at the center, or at the entrance to the high school building, where we handed out orange stickers to spread hunger awareness, and it was very successful. We handed out over like 200, I think, and so Hunger Awareness Month was September, and that's pretty much all I have to say.
Commissioner Malekian at SDA. We also have our homecoming dance coming up in 2 weeks, and all of our clubs and volunteer acts have been starting up in these past 2 weeks. And we're also celebrating Breast Cancer Awareness Month with all of our sports teams wearing pink socks.
Commissioner O'Malley, so at Cathedral Catholic, I'm part of the crew team, and soon they'll be able to head to the Head of the Charles, which is like an international competition in Boston. So good luck to them. And also at our Cathedral's NHS, we'll also have a super project called Trunk or Treat, where like young students or like children can come over and sort of like trick or treat at various trunks presented by our own, I guess, like clubs. And also we have our HOCO towards the end of the month, and the theme is Y2K, and so that will be very exciting. And also the end of the quarter will be this week, and so we're already a quarter way through the school year, which is exciting. So.
Commissioner Sue, nothing to report.
Commissioner Yui, this is in a month, November 7th, there will be a fundraiser for Boost program at Rudy's. And so Boost program's like a program which serves underprivileged communities and their underprivileged kids and their families. And so, yeah, you can go to Rudy's to support.
David, before we conclude the meeting really quick, I just want to give you guys a quick reminder. For this next piece, for the work plan, at some point, we're going to split up into ad hocs, and that's usually 3 or less people. So I wanted to let you guys know that there has been some suggestions on doing them after our meetings each day, which is kind of what we've done in the past. That was kind of something that was a support tool, but just so you guys know, you are able to talk to your ad hocs via email. It's just you can't put the whole commission on email. So if you would like to communicate with your ad hocs in a smaller text or in an email, then that is allowed. It's just not on the larger scale where you can't get the whole group involved via email or via text. Does that make sense? Okay, I just wanted to make that clear. And then, yes, we usually reserve the time after this to work on ad hocs. It's not approved yet, so that wouldn't be today. That's it. I just wanted to make sure that you guys knew that before we left.
All right, thank you. And I just also want to say, I implore you all, once you guys get your ad hoc groups, just make a group chat for each of them. It really helps with communication, setting up events, planning. It's very important. And with that, I adjourn this meeting at 5:09 p.m.